All right, we're live. Christopher Real here. I got my special guest with me tonight. Javier is news in Erie, Pennsylvania, and you have rights. Cops have duties from an undisclosed location. None of your business. What he wants to tell you. So, man, we got all kinds of shit going on. Hopefully, get a couple people in here, and I know I got some shit to talk about. My experience today. It's my first board meeting, tyrant board meeting, and I got interfered with a signal jammer. Same as recording in court at the town there. I reported them to the FCC, so for the town. So the village is going to get the same treatment. You know, it might not go anywhere, but you know, the more little jabs that like that you can take in, man, I see, the better, man. You know. I'm not just staying on defense. And you want to break the law, you want to pretend that you are the law and then break the law. Well, I'm coming for you. It's my turn now, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Javier, you want to tell us you know, who you are, what you're about, man? We got one person in the house. Maybe if they drop a link in the chat, we'll know who they are. If they don't put a thumbs up, we'll know they're a pig spying on us. What's up, Javier? What's up with that, man?
Thanks for being here, man. My name's Javier News now on YouTube, and you know, I'm down in Erie, Pennsylvania, man, and it's bad out here, man. That probation officers killing people, you know, and just Erie police violating people's rights, all that stuff out here, man. They don't care. They just doing it, and they, you know, we try to do a little bit over here, man, but it's getting bad out here, and it's not only here. I know it's not only here in Pennsylvania, in Erie, Pennsylvania. I know it's everywhere, but we just got to do our best, and then we got to get the community together. I know we got people that are haters, you know, but hey, without our haters, we show love too. They show love, you know what I'm saying? But I love my haters, and then but they don't realize when something happened to them, they come trying to come one of us or try to talk to us that something happened to them. When law enforcement is getting ridiculous, man. Like it's getting bad with law enforcement. Not only with law enforcement, government officials, you know, taking our money, taking our money and everything. You know, they don't report half of the stuff that they do.
Ridiculous. Hey, lady, smokes a lot.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
What's shaking, man? You're next. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm a insubordinate, vulgar protester who likes to use cuss words, and I do a lot of researching. I have comprehension issues, so I like to research a lot, even though I have comprehension issues. I'm trying to always read not what my beliefs are, but what the papers actually say. And I care about humanity and the rights of the humans, and rights, inherent rights, natural rights for a lot of different species, actually, not just humans. But I'm not perfect. I know nobody is perfect, but I try to be okay most of the time. You know what I mean? I try to be nice to people. I try to have empathy and sympathy for others. And I don't usually yell cuss words at people. And if you see me yelling cuss words at people, it's because it's been elicited or it's a test. This is a protest.
Right on. Right on. Lady smokes a lot. You want to say hi to everybody? Introduce yourself. Tell us where you come into this picture.
I'm you have rights sister, and I've been trying to fight a fight for him, a real hard battle when the whole system is corrupt, it's really hard to try to stand your ground.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm a mother of 6, and well, I just like looking out for everybody. You know what's right for everyone. I stick up for people when things happen that's not right.
Right on. Right on. Few and far between, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right
You know,
now, I'm finishing up a revolutionary app that's going to help people that can't afford proper representation. They'll have that through the app that I'm building.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me know because I need some help over here for a
Yeah,
couple
me too.
cases.
Oh yeah, I'm just finishing up a few things on the back end of my app right now, and I'll be publishing it probably within the next day or two.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's good
Yeah,
because
I've I-
it's getting
I've done
bad
a
out
couple
here. Man.
I've done a couple trials. They didn't work out too well, but this should be the real deal.
What's the name of it? Or you don't want to disclose that yet?
That's fine. I call it due process AI.
Straightforward, straight to the point,
Yep.
huh?
Yep.
Due process. It seems like these fucking treasonous tyrants. They forgot what that is, or never knew. I think they never knew, never cared.
Yeah, I think probably the most important part of my app though would be the it's uh it's the I'm sorry, trying to think of exactly what it's called. It's like
It's like,
it's a due process registry where people will be able to go in and say what cops have done what to them, and keep a registry of it. That way they can't hide behind qualified immunity like they always have been able to.
yeah, no doubt. We got Michael Crunkle, the True Spitter, in the house, and Wanda Mize. As far as I can tell, I see two people, and
Hey, Uncle
couldn't ask for
Kunkel.
too much better, could we? Willis, if we're only gonna have two.
Huh?
If we only got two people in the house, number two damn good ones, aren't they?
Yeah, Uncle Kunkel's funny as shit, and
Coming from your camp too, I think.
yeah, I think so. Thank you guys for coming in, seeing the community post and coming to the.
And
Yeah.
Lady smokes a lot. I was telling you have rights the other day. Out of all the shit that's happened to me, over the last 4 or 5 years, not one of those pigs is on any kind of disciplinary list, Brady list,
Right.
reports of misconduct, anything like that. And it's not for lack of me making complaints. I'm just I've been
Yeah.
casting my pearls before swine. What it takes to actually get those pigs on a list, I have yet to find out because I haven't accomplished it yet.
Well,
You know
I know what it is, and that's we the people, we make our own list, and we keep a registry of it.
Yeah, the public service agents, the false actors acting as public service agents are not going to put any of one of their assholes on a list.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you've got to have them. I don't even know that pig in Gowanda. That they paid out. That municipality paid out $775,000 from their surety bond, but that was a settlement. So it wasn't a judgment against. It wasn't a judgment against them. So when all that shit was said and done, yeah, the victim did get paid, but did they really get held accountable?
That
Is that guy on a
no,
list?
no, it was all no, that was all hush money, and more times than not, you won't hear about what's happened to somebody by such and such cop, because they hide behind state sheets. They're extortionists. They're going to do whatever they have to do to hide.
Or they get promoted. Or they get promoted
Well,
to a different
I'm
position.
kind of hoping towards that because I'll go as far as it needs to go. If I got to spend the next 6 years on trial doing interrogatories and discovery requests and depositions, then that's what I'm going to do because they already fucking ruined my life. I'll spend the rest of my life fucking investigating them, and making them feel the fucking
I think
fucking
you did a really good job, Chris.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did
thanks.
a really good job. You're a
Good
smart man.
job.
Did you
Yeah,
listen to that
Myron's
when I went
smart.
to that meeting today?
Do
Yeah,
what?
Rachel, my sister probably did, but yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I went to a meeting today, the first meeting, the Village of North Collins Board of Trustees meeting. And I spoke my piece, but I only got a record of less than half of it because they got a signal jammer in there, which is
Oh
against the
man.
law. That's against the
Yeah,
law.
yeah. Well, they're the rights violators. They're the ones breaking the law, and more times than not, you know. And that's what we the people, we really need to know, because you know, as it is right now, what happened to my brother might be happening to somebody else in this county. But this county is so spread out and wide. You know, we might not hear about what's happening to somebody else. It could be the exact same things that's happening to my brother right now.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, a lot of shit that happens to people, they don't stand up for themselves, so you never hear about it because they end up volunteering to go to prison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
you know,
they take the hush money. You know, a lot of times, well, I don't blame them for it. You know, but it's still, we the people do need to start making our own registry. If we can't get it from our government, we need to form it ourselves.
That's a
Yeah.
great idea. Are you going to start locally with a local focus on that, or are you just going to take any?
No, I'm hoping that my app actually spreads pretty far. You know, and um, through my app, it will be able to compile this registry for people. So,
Well,
that's
I
a
got
start.
about 50. I got about 50 treasonous tyrants I could add to that list. Get you going.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, because whatever you put on the list is going to help somebody else, possibly, potentially, because you know they might be dealing with that same cop, and not know that he even did anything wrong to anybody else because they hide it so well.
Well, the
Yeah, I
one
got
thing I got going for me, I mean, have I been able to get them convicted of crimes? No. Have I been able to extract a civil remedy from them? No. But what I do have to my account is I've successfully beaten off all of their fraudulent accusations against me.
Yeah,
So all the shit that they accused me of didn't hold water in their,
yeah,
in the kangaroo court. So whatever that's worth, I think that's worth something, though.
yeah. That's definitely worth something. But you know, the way it is right now, they with them hiding like they do, nobody gets to see these things. Like, I've had my rights violated plenty of times, and I wasn't able to get the word out. You know, and I think that it's really important that people are able to make a registry so that other people know who they're dealing with.
I think that's a
mhm.
great idea. And hopefully you can get people, like regional to, compile some data for you, from their area,
Yeah.
One of my-
you
I
know.
want to say hi to one of my, just so he's pretty badass. I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, can you guys see all the comments in the live chat?
I tell all the costume clowns the way it is, no matter what costume they wear. Fuck yeah! No,
I put
it's a needed process. Um, you know, the the actors are not supposed to be acting for private gain. They're supposed to be acting for the sole benefit of the people. So if we don't like the way that they do something, we should be able to tell them exactly what we don't like about it. And the ethics books, they say that they're supposed to, basically respect us even when we're disrespecting them, because we have the right to criticize them, whether that criticism is true or not. It says in the ethics books, it says we have the right to complain about their stuff, whether it's an actual complaint or even an apparent complaint. So,
Right.
actually or apparently, they are supposed to get, as soon as they commit an act that is either actual or apparently a conflict of interest with any one of us individual people, they're supposed to do what's called full disclosure, and they're supposed to tell their higher ups and everything what they may have done wrong, before even we get a chance to tell them what
More so
they've done
than just
wrong.
their higher ups, but their constituents. You know,
Yeah,
everybody
it's
should
called
know what they're
full
doing.
disclosure, though. Full disclosure, and then these are for actions that are actual or even apparent. So, yes, uh, I recommend cussing them out. I'm not trying to fucking go to church here on Sunday. I'm trying to have my public service agents respect my ass even when I'm a fucking dirty rotten asshole.
right?
to them.
Uh,
Yeah, That's what
right.
happened
I
with
think
me
the
last
other
time.
thing.
I got found guilty of disorderly conduct against law enforcement against the judge. I took her proof of my body cam. She said that she couldn't see nobody outside or nothing, and she still found me guilty of disorderly conduct. And I told her, "You violated my right." Now she transferred all my cases to a different court, and then I went to go pay the fine. She found me guilty of,
She
and then
admitted
she
that there was
called.
nobody out in public, but then they were still trying to hold the disorderly conduct against you.
Yep, and then she found me
Do
guilty
you
of
know
it. I
the
went to go.
case? Do you know the case Terminillo versus the city of Chicago?
Nah.
No, me
You should
neither.
know that case for any time you get charged with a disorderly conduct because the case specifically deals with disorderly conduct. And if you bring that case up in a disorderly conduct case, 9 times out of 10, what they're claiming is disorderly conduct. They don't fucking give it. They're mostly, oh, I don't like how you cuss. All these pigs and all these public service agents cuss at home and around their kids and shit, but then they act like they don't want to hear no cussing in public when
But
cussing is an
look at this.
expression. But look
Look at
that one
this.
up, Terminillo versus the city of Chicago, if you have an
Okay.
extra phone.
Nah, not right. I don't have one right now. But last time I know, I just went to court to go pay the ticket that she found me guilty of, and now she filed charges because I didn't even have I had my body cam, but I had it off when I went to the court in the courtroom. But I
Mm-hmm.
told her I had it on. I just said that I had it on, but I never did. And she filed charges that I had my body cam in unlawful use in the courtroom, and hit me with disorderly conduct when she said she was calling law enforcement. It's a video of it. I did a video on my YouTube channel. You can see it.
Uh,
And I'm like, I was lying. I'm like, you can't go off my word anyways, because
you
you don't
know,
even got proof. You don't have
it-
my body cam
Yeah,
proof.
but
my app would really help people like you in your situation, because it pulls out all the red flags of due process, and it would tell you exactly what to file, when to file it, and how to file it. And I think
Yeah.
that you would be a good candidate for my app. And
No,
well,
that's what I said. Yeah, and I'll pass it on to a lot of people down here because where we at, there's a lot of it was a misadjusted judge. It was like a judge that only tickets deal with tickets and fine, like bound the shit over, like he'll bound it over to the highest court. And
yeah,
she been finding me guilty of all this stuff. And when I told her, I'm like, you've been finding me guilty of disorderly conduct, and I already fought one in the highest court, and they found me not guilty of. And she's like, sue me, and I'm like, okay, I will. She transferred all my cases, and the fine that I'm paying there, she transferred. I'm like, no, I'm here to pay my fine. I'm like, you denying my fine? She said, yes, I'm denying your fine. I'm denying
this
your
is
payment.
well,
a lot of
if
what
they're
you're
not willing to
describing
accept
right
the
now.
payment, then
Hold
I
on,
wouldn't be
Rachel.
paying them.
Yeah, and that's
Hold
what I
on.
said.
A lot of what he's describing right now is the reasons why I get so frustrated because um, he he is getting trampled on by people that should know better, that are taking advantage of the things that he doesn't bring up and that he hasn't studied.
Yeah,
Uh, not that he's not smart enough to learn about these things, as he's never heard of them.
it's that they don't teach them in school.
It's stuff that
Yeah,
they
they
don't
don't.
teach any of us, but at the same time, it really, no, whether we taught it or not, he doesn't know about some of this stuff, so he's getting used
Yeah, they're
by,
playing. They're playing on his lack of knowledge.
yeah. So basically, since he doesn't know 2 or 3 different case laws that he could have caught him in, up to what I can tell by what his story is. For one, is Terminillo versus City of Chicago. As soon as they tried to say that he was disorderly, he should have said, um, Terminillo versus City of Chicago specifically deals with disorderly conduct.
Right. But
Sorry, I had a
sometimes
phone. Sorry,
sometimes
I
it
had a
takes
phone call coming in. I had to take a break. Let me finish.
sometimes
Okay,
it takes
and
taking that case law all the way to the Supreme Court.
yeah, but that's what he was talking about. He a higher court had proved him innocent, and the fucking lower court judge said, "Sue me then." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a fucking little trampled bitch.
Well, that's another thing about this due process registry is that if we can get enough people compiling
Well,
evidence and stuff, then there's potentials for class action lawsuit.
The other one he needs to know is I think it's it's a New York case. It's I think it might be it's the independent news. What is it? Right to record in the courtroom. Right to record in the courtroom. Let me. The case is something News Incorporated versus one of the counties in New York or one of the or New York State itself. There was a judge that was trying to kick a news group out of the courtroom, and they proved that courtroom is always supposed to be open. Open means open to the public. The inside the courtrooms aren't the courts courtrooms. They're the people's courtrooms. They're being used by our magistrates. They need to be. They're the ones that are supposed to be accountable and transparent. They're the ones that these cameras. We have the right to record in public. We have the right to document matters of public importance for our public safety. The thing about it is we have the right to defend ourselves, and our recording is our defense. It's like a gun, only we're shooting with 60 frames per second. And they're sitting here trying to tell us that we can't have a gun for recording in the courtroom.
Well, yeah, they're trying to take away all of our rights
to have these camera guns.
Well, they just use illegal signal jammers, so it doesn't even it's not even.
Yeah, like they were doing to Christopher Real all day today. His phone records crystal clear outside the courtroom, but inside the court, his fucking shit is being signal jammed off, potatoey and scratchy. The audio is coming in clear is a good thing until it cut out fully.
Yeah, then it cut right out. Then it cut right out, and then when I walk out to the street, it's still streaming. I don't know where did the time go in between. If I'm live, I don't know what my viewers saw if they were watching it live.
right.
You know what I mean? But I found this one, man. I think this is a big deal here, because this is what's happening, and I already knew it, but I didn't know there was a name for it, and I found it in the Black's Law Dictionary. The presumption of regularity. This is from 1826. The law's robust assumption that unless there is a clear showing to the contrary, all official actions have taken place in the ordinary course of governmental administration and according to lawful authority. Isn't that what's always happening?
Yeah.
That's what's always happening. I think that I'm going to say that one more time. Presumption of regularity. The law's robust assumption that unless there is a clear showing to the contrary, all official actions have taken place in the ordinary course of governmental administration and according to lawful authority. So they just assume, that's why they say assume. Oh yeah, there was a valid warrant because Officer Dingleberry said there was. So we just assume that everything that was supposed to take course, for that to be a lawful action has. So
if we were able to hold any of these officers accountable for these things, then it would not be like that.
Yeah, no, if they were really enforcing and regulating the public service agents by the provisions of law set to regulate his or her official conduct, they would be getting in trouble quite a bit.
There's a couple other good ones in here too. How about this one? Presumption
for a second, guys.
Presumption against implied right of action. This is recent from 2012. Presumption against implied right of action. The doctrine that a statute's mere prohibition of a certain act does not imply creation of a private right of action for its violation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here, our courthouse over here, they put our phone in, and we gotta shut our phone off, and they'll put our phone in a secure case, and we can take it in.
Yeah, that's not right.
No, it's
bullshit.
I told him that. I told
him that. I'm like, y'all in violation under the First Amendment. He like, man, you just follow our policy right now. I'm like, no, it ain't no follow your policy. Y'all under. It's open records here that I can do.
The
And he's
thing
like,
about
well,
it is, free press means anybody can do it. Anybody can be
Richmond.
free press. You know, anybody can be the news because it's free press. It's something that you're free to do.
I just
Yep.
remembered the case law. It's Richmond Newspapers Incorporated. That's the one you need to look up. The case law for recording in the courtroom. It's Richmond Newspapers Incorporated versus New York.
Richmond Newspapers Incorporated.
Yeah, versus New York. But
Yep. I think that the best one is the scripture in the Bible. It says, "My people are destroyed for their lack of knowledge."
yeah, he's kind of seeming like he's a little bit worried about the things that they're just slapping on him, and they're just easily just slapping it on him, which they slap it on all of us. Don't worry about it. It's not that you're like some different or something. They
No, yeah,
they
this
slap
happened to
us.
every single
They'll
one of us.
slap us like this, bro. No matter how smart the fuck we are. They'll go over broad and overboard of the law, and they're always skirting the fucking law. They'll try to tell us that we're skirting the law, but they're just fucking riding the edge of that law.
Right.
They're calling recording in public disorderly conduct or obstruction. Okay,
Right.
they're calling public protest disorderly conduct or obstruction. They're
Or
fucking
inciting riots and stuff like that.
yeah.
Dude,
They're fucking.
if you go on my page, you'll see another case that I had. I had another
Uh-huh.
case of interference when I was 50 feet away from him. Just listen to this. Interference when I was 50 feet away from him. Then Erie County worked on the story of this too. And it was the same officer that arrested Dan Erie County, recording down in the police station. He arrested
Wow.
me because I was recording him 50 feet away from him. And I was telling the person they don't got right to go to your backyard or nothing. And he said I was being disorderly conduct. They charged me with interference, disorderly conduct, harassment against police, and I had a little bit of marijuana in me, and he found it in me. And now they're
Wow.
trying to hit me. Now they're trying to hit me with the paraphernalia in possession and unlawful order.
Yeah.
And I
You
told the
need
judge,
to.
I'm like,
Yeah, well,
I
I
told the
think that
judge,
the initial charge,
Hold on, let me finish the story real quick,
if
Greg.
you could beat
Sorry.
that initial charge, you could prove the rest is fruit of the poisonous tree.
oh no,
Yeah.
I did. Look, but that's the point. I did beat the interference, disorderly conduct, and harassment against law enforcement. I beat that. The judge dismissed that. And then we still going to court for that. And they want me to take a plea to unlawful order. I told my lawyer no, I'm not taking no plea. And they
Well,
want me to plead to no contact, like no
this
like
is all part of due process.
They
You know,
want to put me in no
if
contact.
they can't prove the reason why they initially contacted you, if they can't prove that charge correct, then all the other ones are incorrect as well.
that's what I
They
said. That's why I've been telling my lawyer, and my lawyer said no. He says no, it doesn't matter how
Wait,
we did.
is it a public
Uh,
is it a public defender or is it a lawyer?
I'm paying him, man.
Oh man, I
yeah,
would get rid of
but
that dump truck.
the paid lawyers are always going to act like a public defender. No matter how
Yeah.
much you pay them, they'll just act like a
And
public defender because they can't.
I just figured it out.
That's the cool part about my app too. Is my app will never do that shit to people. You know, my app will
The
definitely
point is,
defend people to the fullest.
the point
Well,
is,
they
he
have
be
to defend themselves under your app. It's pro
he
safe.
be talking, to the DA, laughing with them, everything. Like I'll be like, that's why I'm like, when we go to court because he said we're gonna take a plea, but I told him take a plea, but I didn't want to, but I'm gonna take it back because I didn't
Yeah.
sign the paper yet. I ain't
Don't sign
signed.
that.
Yeah, I ain't signing. When we go to court, I'm not gonna sign the paper. I'm like, I'm not taking a plea. We're going to trial, and I'm
If
like, I'm
you
gonna sign my.
sign it under duress. You know.
Yeah. I told him I'm not
I
under
don't
a threat.
fucking-
I'm the threat. I told him I feel threatened. I told him y'all making me take a plea because the judge already told me the judge want to find me guilty already. We didn't even have trial, and the judge said, "Well, when I'm gonna find you guilty under unlawful order, don't matter what."
Under what grounds though? That's what he's gonna have
Yeah,
to explain.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you got to remain. What I was wanting to say is that you remain as silent as possible for start. I learned a bit. I'm always learning a lesson. We're always learning a lesson because they'll do things to us no matter how smart we are and how
Yeah, they count on our lack of knowledge. They do. They depend on our lack of
yeah. But
knowledge.
listen.
Yeah, I'll say He had me on Facebook, and he has my number. He can send it to y'all. Y'all can send me some links and all that stuff. I appreciate it too. You know, help. And I'll try to. I mean, I'm going to court. They all push my. They push all. I got so much cases right now. They're trying to put on me. Somebody
Most of
stabbed
the
my
time
dog.
they have no probable cause. So the first thing you want to just do is just the dogs. You got to stop the dogs from barking.
Oh no, the dogs don't bark. The point is, my dogs got to lose. They got
Oh,
loose. There was an accident, and somebody stabbed my dog.
they're my.
I went to talk to the guy, and they charged me with disorderly conduct when the guy was threatening me, and they never filed charges on him, but they filed charges on me because I went to talk to him, and I recorded the whole thing, and they seen my video, and they call me. Even police call me and say, "Oh, stay away from him." I'm like, one, I see him in public street in a public sidewalk. I just wanted to talk to him. I never went to his house. That you can't tell me to stay away from him because I'm gonna see him in public no matter what. He doesn't live that far from me.
Yeah, they're setting you up.
Yeah. And then I guess that I heard the dude saying that he never filed charges on me. The city did, the county did, but they haven't come to court. He's coming to court too.
What's up, Meta? I don't know if I said that right. Thanks for joining us. I'm just reading these comments. I couldn't figure out how to scroll through them on the side, so I got a upright view. There's my boring technical input for this evening. For now. Man, I tried to get the shit. It's small enough as it is as I'm looking at it, but I got the layout on the one side, which is somewhat manageable. But then the comments, is tiny on the side, and I can't scroll through them. And it's got an advertisement that if I could show them on stage if I want to upgrade to a better plan, but I can't make that go away. So that's what I've been doing. Keeps me from interrupting you guys. I'm trying to navigate through the technical shit here. We got 3 in the house though with us.
I can't guarantee how long I'm gonna be able to stay on this live for. I might have to get off and maybe come back a little later. But when I do finish my app, I'll make sure you guys get it first.
Yeah, let us
Yeah,
know.
that'd be
Yeah,
great. I'll promote it every way I can.
All
me
right,
too.
that sounds good.
I got 3,000 subscribers.
I have to go take care of my baby for a little bit, and I'll check back in a little bit, see if you guys are still here.
Okay, right
Yeah,
on.
no
Thanks
problem.
for joining us. Welcome back. I think we'll be on here for a little while.
All right. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Cool. All right. Peace.
Well,
Okay.
Hey,
Bye.
Javier. Can you tell us about that pig that shot that guy for no reason in Erie, man, and what was happening with that?
Much love.
oh, that was a state parole officer that shot the man. The man didn't even have a gun, and I had a video. I seen the video on Facebook that somebody posted up their ring doorbell. The probation officer said that the man dragged them down the street, and that's why they opened fire 3 times. There was 3 shots. But from the video of the person's ring doorbell, he's telling his partner, "Get in, let's go, get in." We don't see how he was being dragged, and you shot that man. It was his parole officer, and he was getting off in 2 weeks. He had like 2-3 weeks left on parole.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very sick what they're doing. They're trying to implement more and more agencies with the use of deadly force, so that they can they can make deadly force seem like a norm within their departments, so that they can get away with more and more deadly force. I lived out in Nevada for so long, since I was 7 years old, so I've seen rural towns implement things like not even Las Vegas and Reno were shooting people dead for the use of deadly force for bullshit tactics like they do, acting like people got guns when they don't and stuff like this. But then all of a sudden you started seeing not only Las Vegas and Reno doing it, but you see all these small like fucking desert ghetto towns that are the local deputies, the rural deputies, are starting to fucking implement the use of deadly force for benign fucking bullshit that's not even worth killing people over. But they're just like acting like they're so scared.
Yeah.
It's called the overbroad usage of a statute or policy. There's no law in the United States of America that allows these cops to run around shooting people because they got scared and all this other shit.
But the point is, Erie police and well, right now the investigation is state police doing the investigation, and the state the state probation officer, the state of the state police officer who's doing the investigation, he hasn't come out and talked to the media and never received nothing. Okay, the last time the DA came out and said they found that yeah, it was ruled as a murder, but the guy, the parole officers, both parole officers are still out getting paid, tax money getting paid to them sit on the office or sit at home right now or whatever where they at, and he's been charged with murder pretty much already. But there's no arrest been done or nothing. And Erie police not being involved, but Erie police, when I got to that scene, I had a live there. I did the live when I was there. I was talking to one of the state police officers. He kind of didn't release nothing. I asked him about when they got body cams over here because state police didn't have body cams for a while. They just got them. But they've been issued for a minute, he told me. I'm like, oh, that's good to know they've been issued for a minute, but y'all wasn't wearing them. Why is that? You know, and state parole officers don't wear body cams here either. They don't wear that. They don't wear none of that here. And now the knowledge that we got, state parole officers have a policy. They have to call. That's what I heard. I don't know. I didn't look into the policy, but I heard they had to make a phone call before they use their firearm. And I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I don't see they have to make a phone call. But
well, I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing. I got the body cam from when they kicked my door in, and they made a phone call before they kicked my door in. They said, "Yeah, we see him in there sitting on the stairs. We're gonna kick the door in," and you know. That shit's very telling, man. The shit that they don't redact, that they think is harmless to them, is very telling of how they operate. You know, and you know, very little is done by them of their own discretion. You know, they do follow. They didn't decide. You know, 4 different gangs didn't just decide to show up at my house to kidnap me one day. You know, that came as a result of a meeting, and some of it was a shot caller. You know,
we're just regular people, and we're being forced into things that we're not even supposed to be forced into regularly by these public service agents who are supposed to be defending us in courts. The founding fathers said that if we had to spend our lives in the courtroom, then we wouldn't have no time to pursue happiness. And that's why they implemented some of these public service agents, especially court officials or court employees. They were not supposed to work against us. They were supposed to work for us. The Meta guy, Meta or whatever, he was making good points down there, but at the same time, under the social structure that we were supposed to be having, they were supposed to take care of all this for us so that we didn't have to spend all our fucking time in courtrooms or learning all that stuff that Meta was putting on what, you know, on the bottom screen, the comments in the chat. Yeah, that's a lot of truth what he's saying, but at the same time, if all 3 of us guys here on the panel had to learn all of that shit that he was talking about, which a lot of us already have learned a lot of that. It's one thing to know it, but it's a different thing to you know, perform it. But
yeah, that's the thing, though, man. You're right. You know, the whole idea of government. You know, Farmer Joe wasn't supposed to have to go through a bunch of legal shit, and you know, and know how to go to court and everything, because government, you know, was supposed to protect the rights of property of the people. Try not to laugh. I know.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But I
They
mean,
try not to laugh because they don't do none of that.
to know, to study the history of it and know where it came from, is good to know. But then you got to realize that, what we're up against today is so far removed from that it doesn't even resemble it. They're not even pretending. They don't even know that themselves.
If you want to be a doctor and a farmer,
he's hitting upon the same stuff Abraxas, and he's got a point.
Well, yeah, it's probably a practice under a different.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised. But Todd, it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to ask. I would just go with the knowing.
It's hard, but it's hard to know a lot of stuff and to remind. And that's why when I go to court, sometimes like me, I don't know why, but I always get nervous when I'm in court. And
well, definitely,
I've been found guilty on charges that my baby mom found on me, and she never showed up to court. They still found me guilty. I had a notified letter from her.
What's up, Abraxas, my meant to know me brother?
I had a notified letters from her that she didn't want to file charges. My power defender didn't represent that letter at court or nothing. And
I told you that the state was picking up charges.
I filed effective counseling. I filed a motion of effective counseling, and somebody helped me in jail to file that effective counseling. They approved it, but and the judge, the new lawyer or whatever couldn't find. I don't know. I never got contact with them, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if they took that time but yeah, it was getting ridiculous with this county over here, man. I'm just getting tired. I'm a full-time dad. I got full custody of my 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard right now. And like I told her supervisor, I went to the courthouse and I couldn't record it. But she's like, "What? You got your phone on you? Or you recording me?" I'm like, "It's our right to do it." I'm like, She's like, "This is my office." I'm like, "No, it's our office. It's the people's office. You work for us."
You're right.
She like, "Oh yeah, it's our office, okay, but it's my office right now." I'm like, "I understand that. But I'm allowed to record because you invited me in here, and you don't like what I'm recording just for my safety and your safety. Now you deny my verbal complaint of a judge doing, and you saying that I have to do it online. No, I want to do it personally. I can do it personally." She said, "No, you have to do it online so it go down to Harrisburg. A guy to go down to Harrisburg." I'm like, "That's your problem to file it, not mine." And I'm like,
they don't know what the fuck their true purpose is. And if we don't know what their true purpose is, then how are we supposed to tell them what their true purpose is? So you're sitting there trying to tell them what you want, that you have the right to file a grievance with their office verbally right there to them. They're supposed to be there to represent us. They're not supposed to be picking and choosing their hours and all this bullshit. So basically, you're just one man sitting there trying to have them respect your rights, and they're sitting there basically spitting on your fucking rights, acting like they don't fucking have to do nothing, and then acting like it's funny that you're even in there acting like you have some sort of a right,
Yep.
And there's not enough people that are going to the aid of others like you. Like, I would, like, if I was like a general or something, I would fucking have like auditing Erie County, auditing America, and whatchamacallit, breaking the flaw. I'd have all those guys go right to Erie, Pennsylvania right now and start taking up your question and answers, your protest, right where they started trying to implement faulty crimes on you without probable cause. You're not guilty of any fucking thing. They're trying to make you scared. So when that judge tells you, "Are you recording in my courtroom?" and you all of a sudden get like fucking nervous, like, "Oh fuck, if I don't tell her and they frisk me, are they gonna find my cameras and then try to fucking charge me more shit and everything?" You're getting all scared. They're seeing the fucking the slight twitches of your face. These are fucking fraternal order individuals. They're part of a secret society. They go to like blood rituals where they fucking practice watching carnal faces You know what I mean? They put on masks. They're all about masks and shit. They're all about faces. They want to see your face feel all squirmy and shit and like, fuck, oh, fuck, am I going to get in trouble? That's when you're supposed to be like, you damn fucking right I'm recording you. I have the right to fucking record you in my fucking public area right here in the courtroom. This courtroom is a public courtroom. You know, that was probably a lower court that anyways, in most states, because all the states have to adhere to the federal government guidelines, and all the federal government guidelines have to adhere to the Constitution. So all the states have to adhere to the Constitution. So they're not really that far from each other. They try to make us think that local governments and state governments are so much different from the federal government, and that each state has their own little rules. It's like, no, motherfucker. The only rules that they can make have to be constitutional rules, and anything else is fucking fraud. So the thing about that is that they're trying to trick us all into thinking, no, the states can make their own little rules, and might be different from others. Well, they're a lot alike. So what I'm trying to say is that when
I'm gonna turn my camera around.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that when it's probably a lower court that told you that bullshit about the recording in court, and most lower courts are called public courts, and they are supposed to be open to the public at all times.
I was in the public lobby recording, and that's where I was at. I never recorded in her courtroom, but I told her that I was, but I wasn't. My body cam was off, and I had proof of it. You know what I'm saying? I just proved that they go by people's word. They don't go by evidence. And I just wanted to prove that, and I just did with a judge here in PA. And this is not the half of David, but this is the right. I don't know how to turn my camera around. I tried to.
You're sorry. Doing good. I can't exactly read it, but I don't really need to. Just tell me.
But this is the half of David of the recording in the courtroom, unlawful thing in the courtroom. When I went to file a complaint in her office down in the main courthouse, the head secretary there of the judge, she's the one in charge of all the Mr. Justice Court around here, and she's like, oh, she didn't file no charges against you. But when I went out and talked to the people there, to clerk of courts, to see when it's my another court hearings, and she gave me a new court hearing. I'm like, what's this? I'm like, this is a new case. And then when I see in the bottom, it says recording unlawful in the courtroom, and using unlawful, device of recording in the courtroom. And I'm like, how she can go off of that, because she don't have proof. I'm like, watching it, and she's saying that, and that's a policy.
Yeah, you need to be able to bring up the parts. You need to be able to bring up the parts that are, like, you need to be like, objection, Your Honor. Are you trying to impose some fucking court policy on me right now? Some unlawful order? And they'll be like, they'll definitely not want to fucking say that they're trying to impose something on you, but imposing is exactly what they're trying to do to you. When you haven't committed a crime, they're not supposed to impose anything on a free man. So if you haven't actually committed a crime, you're actually a free man. They're not supposed to be imposing anything on a free man. And then for her to try to tell you that she was trying to scare you with some fucking judge's order or some state policy or some fucking county code. And the thing about it is that she you want to make that objection if you're sitting there in that fucking setting and say, did you just say you were trying to impose, or the court was trying to impose something on me? Another free man.
I guess the Erie police, it was the one that filed the complaint. They was the one that filed the charges, and I said, well,
what about the recording in the court?
Yep, they're the one filed the charges. It doesn't. I'm like, I told her supervisor down in the main courthouse. I'm like, I want her to be at court. If she's the one filing the charges, the victim, she had to show up at court, and I'm gonna get her on the stand, and I'm gonna ask her.
Who is that? The judge?
No, I told her supervisor that, and she's like, yeah, you could. She's like, okay, she's gonna be there. She has to be present. I said, yeah, she has to be present. And then they're like, she like, oh, we, and she really didn't say too much. She just pretty much sticking up for her. You know how they do. They stick up that, you know. I'm like, you work for us. I'm like, I don't know why I had to go through this with y'all. And I don't even do nothing. I don't do nothing wrong. I don't break the law. I went to that. She found me guilty of that fine. I wanted to pay my fine there. What's wrong with that? And the police told me, oh, you don't leave, you'll be arrested. I'm like, on the third arrest, I'll leave. They're like, yeah, on the third arrest, if you don't leave, I'll arrest you for trespassing. I got that all on my video. I got
She's trying to give you the orders in your building. She's trying to make it to where your building's her building. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why you need to be recording, because she's fucking using public building for private gain. You need to tell her next time, hey, you're using the public building. You're attempting. That's what you should do, is say, are you attempting? Ask it. Do it as asking of a question. Say, are you attempting to use the public building for private gain, for your own private gain, or that of your agency? She'll try to deny it at first, but so if she denies it, she has to prove that she is denying it. So it's like she has to prove a vested interest in the denial of what you just said. So basically, she's not going to have to try to, allow you. She's going to have to start allowing you to prove that she's not trying to use it for her own private gain. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the point is too, she's been like, she's about to retire her supervisor told me she's retiring next month. Well, not next month, but she's retiring this year. This is her last term.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's good to know too, because and the point is too, she really didn't like. I did say, oh, you work for me. I don't work for you. I told her. She told me to leave the building. I'm like, I don't have to listen to you. You work for me. I don't work for you. She got mad, and that's when she called the police. I said, I'm not gonna run. I told her, I'm not running. I don't have to run from the police. I'm gonna wait for them outside. And that's what I did. The whole video is there. I've
been studying this thing for like over 5 years now, maybe close to 10 years. I don't know, somewhere around 5 to 10 years, about public service agents, and their obligated duties and their standards. And they like it when we say stuff like, I pay my taxes. They're like, oh shit, he believes he's paying his taxes. And then and like it's important or something. And then people will say, get back to work. You're not doing your job. They'll be like, he thinks that it's a job. So that tells me he hasn't even read our obligated standards. So he doesn't know anything about our obligated standards. So basically, then like what you're saying is, you said it was something about the job, but actually I lost my train of thought. But yeah, we need to stop. We need to actually read the provisions of law set to regulate his or her official conduct, and we need to know their conduct standards, so that when we are talking to them, we don't say, "Get back to work," or "You're not working right." Because they're not even supposed to be working. They're supposed to be serving the public trust. And they're supposed to be serving the public trust conscientiously. So while we can't expect them to be nice to everybody, because they're only human beings, they at least need to try. So basically, that goes for all these statute of limitations, where they think that they're going to skirt the law and run like Christopher Reel's highly passionate about probable cause and being brought directly before a magistrate. And those are very good things to be passionate about, because they're very important. And the thing about it is that whenever we're in the modern America, they try to train us that after they arrest us, that they take us down to the jailhouse, book us in, and fucking make us sit there for like close to 48 hours before they even take us before a magistrate. And that means that what it is when they're doing that to 97% of the public, that means that they're skirting the law by pushing every single processed individual through their the statute of limitations. They're making the longest hold they can. They need to be proving that they're yes, they have a statute of limitations is what I'm trying to say, but when they're supposed to serve conscientiously, they're supposed to be proving that okay, they might not process everybody within just with like taking everybody directly before a magistrate, meaning it's probably between anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. That would be directly before a magistrate, after an arrest or whatever. They're supposed to have probable cause by that point, is what I want to also reiterate or whatever. Fuck it. I can't say the word right now.
Well, there's a case law that the police don't know what probable cause is. I just learned that one from Supreme Decisions. Police don't know what probable cause is. That's understood. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Police do not know what probable cause is. So to mention probable cause to them is pointless.
Yeah, most of them think it's suspicion, but it's supposed to be suspicion of a crime.
They don't know what it is. They don't know what it is.
No, I'm just talking about
their whole system. The whole system understands that a police officer does not know what probable cause is.
Yeah, but same with the judges.
They allow it. They ain't trying to teach them what it is either.
The public service agents aren't teaching themselves on that.
It's not his job to know what it is.
The public service agents teach themselves on deceit and contempt. These days, it seems like
it goes back to that. What was it? Hang on a second. Somebody fill in the blanks here. But I read off a little while ago. Here it is. The presumption of regularity. That's what they're operating on at all times. That the law's robust assumption that unless there is a clear showing to the contrary, all official actions have taken place in the ordinary course of governmental administration and according to lawful authority. I mean, they know that, so they always assume that everything, everybody crossed their T's and dotted their I's, and everything was done in the, in the correct order, with everything in place. I mean, knowing damn well that it wasn't, or they're so ignorant, that they don't even give a fuck, or even know about that. But I mean, that's what they're always operating on.
I want to answer Meta. That's what I'm thinking. That says Meta, which is our friend. It said he's saying you have failed to identify them. In fact, you did not even require it at any time. Yeah. There's like a certain few of us that, that you've talked to over the years. And there's a few of us that have much love and respect for what you're trying to teach everybody, because there's only a few of us that understand what the fuck you're talking about on requiring them to fully identify. But to the average, citizen that doesn't pay attention much, they are trying to become auditors right now by the dozens. They want to try to pick up their camera and start recording the officers. The thing about it is that there's a lot of people right now asking them for their name and badge number. All I hear on the video, name and badge number, name and badge number. It's like, yes, that's Valiant. That's part of trying to identify them. In fact.
Yeah, but going about it the wrong way. They should be asking for to see their valid state issue driver license, because their badge number.
I know, Christopher Real. But what my point is, Yes, my point is that they don't even hardly even fucking give you the right, real, true name. They don't actually. They don't even hardly even fucking. They cover up their name tag, their fake name tag, and then they fucking. They might give you a fake name or a fake number, or they might even give you a name and a number, but
Well,
they
yeah,
don't.
here's what they do.
Most of them don't.
I
Most
haven't
of them
heard
fail to
anybody
identify,
else.
and most of them
I haven't heard
they will
anybody
not take.
else point this out besides me.
What's that?
That's because I think for myself, in this war, But, yeah, people. Well, ask for their name and badge number. Well, you're kind of on the right track there. I think Abraxas got it more right by saying not asking for it. Say I require to see your valid state issue driver license. Just like what they're asking you for.
You should say I obligate. I obligate is even more because we're the beneficiary. We're the sole beneficiary.
Yeah,
We don't
I'm not
require.
asking. I'm requiring.
Require is akin to a request. We want to obligate.
I require it.
Obligates by law, requested by legal.
But
contract.
Only an employee can hold the title. Yeah, but what happens every single time, and I don't know why nobody else has pointed this out. I'm going to say it here. This might be the first time I said it, but I've grumbled about it many times. But every time somebody what name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? The pig will say, "Oh, I'm Sergeant Shithole. Badge number 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, your mother named you Sergeant Shithole?
Yeah.
That's not your fucking name. I didn't ask you your fucking rank, dickhead. I asked you your fucking name. You know what? Let me just see your valid state issue driver license. What is your what is your person?
Except what are we supposed to do? Twist their arm if they don't give us their valid state issue driver's license?
I don't want their title. I don't care if they're a fucking private or a fucking sergeant or a lieutenant, or a fucking, a towel boy. What was asked of them is what's your fucking name? Shithole isn't their name either. Their name would be John Percy House of Shithole. Not so when they tell you their name is fucking Sergeant Shithole, they didn't tell you their name at all.
Yeah, Sergeant
They didn't tell you
Sedenko.
their name at all. They told you their family name and what their rank is in their corporation.
Yeah, but at the same time, are you going to twist their arm if they don't give you the state issued ID? No, you're not. And even if they gave us a state issued ID, fucking better have their license or their address and shit on it, and then we'll have to go and follow it up and see if they actually live there. Because a lot of the fucking public service agents have 2 or 3 homes, and they put they actually live in the county next door and fucking put the residence as the home in the fucking town that they're serving in, and then act like they're representing you from the town they serve in. But you never see them in the local grocery store.
That's right. Okay. And what do they always ask you when you cough up that driver license? When they tell you driver license and registration, everyone just hands it over to them. But then what is it? Is this you? They say.
Yeah. Is this the correct address?
Is this still your current address?
Yeah.
Hey, exactly. I wish I would have got this in video. I'm gonna tell you a story. I was with one of my friends. He was driving, and we ain't gonna say too much because he was driving, supposed to be not driving, but the officers pulled us over because we did a stop, and we opened our door and closed the door, and we took off, and he came right behind us and pulled us over. We told him what was the probable cause to pull over. He said, "Oh, our suspicious of being involved in domestic violence. We have a 911 call, and I thought y'all was involved." I'm like, "Bro, you ain't see nobody get in the car, you ain't see nobody get out the car." And he's like, "Oh, I want your ID." I'm like, "No, for what? You ain't pull me over, you pull him over, and not the driver under passion." He took my phone, he won't let me record it. He took my phone and took me out the car.
Violated the shit out of your rights.
Yeah. And I told the police chief here, he said, "I'm gonna look into it." And one day he said, "Why you ain't reported to my internal affair?" I'm like, "You know why I told you internal affair? I called them to file a complaint." he said they should have took me to jail. That's why I ain't found nothing because y'all all corrupt down there. Let's get it together. He said I'm gonna look into that, and I'm gonna let you. He never let me know nothing. He didn't even call me. He didn't even contact me. And all Erie police now know who I do. I wear my shirt, all over. I wear my shirt
Mhm.
all over, and they know what I do. They be watching my own channel.
What do I
I'm
got
like,
to
y'all
do to
look
get
like,
one of them shirts, Javier?
hey, I'm trying to, man. Give me a minute, man. I just need it. Right now I've been working, not working, and you
Yeah, I'll pay
know,
for one, man. I'm not looking for a handout, man.
no,
I want to advertise.
I know, but I want to pay the person first before I start. Like I want to see what's the price you can give me and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just right now waiting. I'm gonna probably have to find somewhere else, but I gotta put some money up so I can get them made already and have them when
Why don't you
y'all
run a little promotion for your channel, man? Run a little promotion. Though we got the stage here. Javier is news out of Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yep, so we
Javier is news.
in EVPA, and I wish a couple more people come out here. They come out here and help me get the word out more. I appreciate a couple more others to come out and out here help me too and support me out here. Uh, I can try to help out. I can't say you can probably so you need somewhere to stay. I can probably I got my two kids. I got full custody of my kids. But y'all need somewhere to stay. I try to help out. Y'all can crash the night here at my house, no matter, what I'm saying, and we can hit them in the morning, and we can all day, they be out here acting like a fool all day. They don't care. The
I'm
city
Fifth and
council.
Ash.
Yep,
Fifth
I'm on
and
Fifth
Ash.
and Ash. Yep, I'm on Fifth and Ash.
All day
And
they be
even,
acting full out there, huh?
yep, all fool. Not even only in Fifth and Ash, they be acting fool all over the city. They be all over the city acting fool. I was too. I put a story about of an officer here. His name is Officer DeLuca. He's one of the really corrupt ones there too. He got so many write-ups that I'm telling you, it's like a book off for him, I think, and so many lawsuits that he did. And there's a video on him on YouTube too that he did a lawful season search of where U.S. Marshals, I forget the name of it, where who did the story. I know a couple people did the story on that. It was the U.S. Marshals and Erie Police SWAT. He's an Erie Police SWAT. He used to be a police officer, and he ran into a nurse. He was the nurse that was going to work, and he was doing burnout in the middle of the street and crashed to her. And there was people saying that he was driving drunk. The Erie police, his boys took him home and didn't file no charges or nothing, no DUI or nothing. And he's still working. I got a video. I got a video on him. I have a video of him pushing me out of it's a festival down here that we have. It's called Erie Days. Yeah, they put their hands on me and everything. They push me out and all that stuff. Y'all gonna see the video. Y'all look on my channel, man. Y'all gonna see videos of them putting their hands on me, pushing me out of the public street. And because they're harassing some young kids because they had a ski mask on. There's no law saying they can't have a ski mask on. You just harassing people. And yep, and they pushed me out and everything. Out of the public street, with my son. I was with my son that day too.
Acting
And
a damn
everything.
fool out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If y'all couple others want to come out here, let me know, link up with me, and y'all can come out here and y'all can see. But y'all
I want
y'all
to
can
get
see
out
how
there, man. I've been trying to get my old motorcycle running, man, and it just it burns me up, man, a whole while, man, because I had I upgraded from that bike, and I'm back to the same problems plaguing me, man. But that was one of
man,
the
I
first.
want to see. I'm gonna see Polly, man. One of my friends. She do Uber, and she my friend. I can probably. I'm gonna see if we can pay her to come pick you up and drop you off too that same day. You know what I'm saying? Just come out here during the daytime and we drop you off. And all that stuff. So you can see, come out here too, man. She probably wouldn't even charge me that much, anyways. You ain't that far. What, an hour? About
About
two.
yeah, it's a little over an hour, man. If you got any work out there, man, I come
You
out.
guys are only like 60 to 80 miles away from each other, huh?
Yeah, about 60 miles, I think. Yeah,
Well, that's
Yeah.
badass.
I'm
we're
at
in
Erie,
the
Pennsylvania.
Erie County, but it's a different Erie County.
Yep, he's in New York, Erie County.
Yeah, he's Erie County, Pennsylvania. You're Erie County, New York.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. They're probably way back in the day. They were probably the same county in either New York or Pennsylvania, but then they took some land from either New York to give to Pennsylvania, or took some land from Pennsylvania to give to New York, which
You
Yeah,
know
New York
what,
is
man?
bigger.
Back in the day, man, they hide the history from us. I should be able to build a raft and float down the fucking shore of the lake, and go and visit my friend down there, or make a hot air balloon, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or
yeah,
Yeah, we should be able to make hot air
catch a
balloons.
ride on the dirigible, when it goes up to the nearest mooring station, like catch,
Mhm.
you know, yeah. Why do you think? Why do you think the guys are all whited out, man? In any old pictures you see, because there was dirigibles up in the sky, man. There was
There
more
probably
ways to
is.
get around, man. If you lived where I lived 100 years ago, you'd have a lot more options, man. Ability to get around than there is now. I
Yeah.
guarantee that. Yeah. The electric trolleys, the rail cars, hot air balloons, rafts.
Fuck.
Yep.
and
Man,
yeah, I might start a GoFundMe too soon, man. I might, trying to get the lawyers for the lawsuit.
Man, I started one when I got out of jail 2 years ago. I made $30 from two
$30.
friends of mine, which the guy returned to them. They never figured out how to attach it to a to get money from it. Yeah, $30.
Yeah, no, it's gonna we can take, and we'll take anything, and like I'm gonna start doing too for the community. You know how I do out here, bro. Last year I got a video of me passing out book bags for the kids back to school, and that's what I'm trying to do, get back to the community anyways too. 'Cause there's a lot of struggle families out here. They ain't, that I know, and I went through the struggle too. It's hard for me sometimes, and it's not easy with these people out here either. They don't even, our government officials don't care. Now, I get to my kids, they have issues and they have problems in school. They have special classes in school, and I get two exercise tickets for them, and then, and then I get food stamps. I mean, I work off and on, but right now I only get like $300 in food stamps.
hmm
That it's not enough either for
That's three hundred
families.
dollars more than I get.
Yeah. Hey, I know that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say they don't even get that much either.
It's all right,
You
man.
know, and,
'Cause, I had to
and
learn
it's
to
cool.
live off of nothing.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I know. I do it too, but I'm still me. You know me. I work. I go to work. And I'll do anything I gotta do. I do landscaping. I do construction. All that
you,
stuff. You know.
you wanna yeah, well, I don't want to get into teaching right now. Sorry. Uh, I'm too I'm too obsessed about trying to. The lingo matters, and the words that we use, it really matters. It really matters. It's fucking mattering so bad. And like when we need to get away from saying work. Definitely, we need to get away from saying work as a people. We don't work. We get compensated for our labor. That's the law. We have the
Yeah.
right to be compensated for our labor.
You ain't lying
So
me.
it doesn't matter where the fuck we're laboring. We have the right to be compensated for it. We have the right to labor. We don't have the right to work. We have the right to labor.
Look at
You
this.
know.
My boss offered me $20 an hour,
Uh
and
huh.
then and I worked for a whole month for $20 an hour, and then he come and say that he can't afford me, that he can't pay me $20 an hour. He was trying to pay me $15 or $14 an hour.
Mhm.
I said,
Settle
I
up with
can't
you
do
You
first.
wanted to take a hardcore demotion. Fuck, bastard.
that. Yeah. I said, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I told him. And I left. And then he called me a couple of days and I told him, you going to want you to pay me every day and I want cash. And that was it. I told him, if you're going to not pay me what I want, pay me cash. You give me 15, but you paying me cash under the table.
Yeah, but yeah, but when you these words like cash and fucking USD and fucking all these words like ducats and all of them, they're all incorporated terms. You have the right to be compensated for your labor, so you have the right to receive compensation. So that's what, instead of, like, if anybody asks you one fucking question about anything that you fucking do, you say, I have the right to be compensated for my labor just as well as you do. And like your girlfriend's stepdaddy asked you if you got a job, because if you don't got a job, you're looked at as undesirable in the USA, you know. So basically, you just, even if it's your girlfriend's daddy, you say, they say, "Oh, you got a job, son?" It's like, I have the right to be compensated for my labor just as well as you do. You know what I mean? That fucking answer is more important. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to sit there and be like, man, I applied down at Walmart and McDonald's and fucking they was hiring over there at McDonald's, so I took the job over there for $8.25. You know, it's not much right now, but I'm doing my thing. You know, I'm working hard. You know what I mean? It's basically what we've been trained to act like in a world that's based on these fucking Illuminati creatures that fucking Jeffrey Epstein children with Trump and then fucking get rid of the list. This is what we're dealing with. We don't want to use their top words no more.
I say like this: the rich is getting riches and the poor is getting poorer, and the high class and the class, you know, regular class people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gonna say poor, but I'm gonna say regular class people. You know,
I've been poor my whole life,
but they want the riches to survive more than the class people. You know, they say fuck. They say fuck us because they don't care because we the one doing all the work for so much cheap, and they
all three of us are redlined. You know, by YouTube. We're redlined in society. The county knows more about us than we think. You know, they fucking probably, you know, when you're traveling down the street, they might have two undercovers and two regular pigs and 5 undercovers. Yeah, he just passed Fifth and Vine. Oh yeah, he's rounding the corner over by Walmart. He's stopping over at Walmart. Looks like he came out with.
I can tell you this much: anytime they move on me, it was planned, and they got tons of backup because I've observed several times when they had a chance to. You know, I was right in front of them. You know, no plates and a big red rusty van. You know, and they knew they could only know damn well it was me to pretending they got a warrant for my arrest or on my fucking block. But you know, when it's up to them, they don't move on me. They only move on me when they planned it, and you know. And they got they know they got fucking 10 fucking backup around the corner.
Yeah. You know? They have us redlined where fucking even if we're on the same baseball team with our buddies, I might be fucking 2 times better than my other buddy over here, or my other friend. But my friend he got moved up to the team and he was lesser, you know, he didn't hit it like a 93 average with a home run almost every time he was up to bat. All he was a catcher, but man, he was a good catcher, but you know, something like that, right? But he's the one that made the team and you didn't, even though you were a better ball player. This stuff happens. Maybe your brother gets a fucking loan, but you go to try to get almost the same loan for a different business and they don't even give you the loan. They hold us back in life. We might even get harder shadow banned or fucking we have a harder time getting our comments out on YouTube and all this other shit. That's what they fucking do, you know.
Oh, big time.
It's a full on gang stalking we're the imposed.
You're just a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, no, but the thing about it is that it only happens to some of us. This all has to do with it goes back to titles. It goes back to titles of nobility and the Illuminati with the Freemasonry and the Knights Templar, the knights and the queens and the kings and the fucking crazy ass shit. You know,
That's what
they
that's what they do with me here. When I was at the courthouse trying to pay my fine, and I stood outside, 3 cars came, 3 deep, and each car, well, one car came, one officer, and then the other 2 cars was 2 deep. Just for me recording in the lobby, I was recording in the lobby trying to pay my fine. That was it. And she said she was calling the police. I waited for us outside, and they came 3 deep. They be doing that with me. When last time when I first got arrested too, for disorderly conduct, for the interference, they all ran across the street to put their hands on me
Because you're a threat to them, man.
and everything. They
You're
all ran.
exposing their fraud. You're exposing their fraud and their violence. You're a threat to them.
Yep.
You know, just
That's
one guy with a camera, it scares the shit out of them. Imagine if some other people had some balls in your neighborhood. You know, it might actually see some change. You know.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. It just getting me out here, man. They don't care, man, and they right by my house. They'll pass by here sometime, and I should be I'm gonna start recording them more when they come around here. They be starting to wave at me. I be sticking the finger back at them and everything.
Yeah, give them
I'm
the
like,
finger, son. Get the fuck off the block.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't say hi to me. This is my hi. I said, this is my hi right here. This is my hi. I'm like, fuck y'all. That's all. Like.
we're
If they were gonna kill me, I don't know what they're waiting for. You know.
we're having a hard time in in our lives where when we're the ones that are wanting them to be transparent and held accountable, we're getting provoked and threatened and harassed. We should have never been felt. We should have never been made to feel like we want to flip them off. We should have never been made to feel like like it's us against them. We should have been made to feel that they were here to serve and protect the entire community, each individual for their sole benefit, and not for private gain for agent or agency. So the mere fact that some of us are jaded and don't fucking give 2 shits about these public service agent bastards that are using all this deceit. It's telling. It tells that they're not doing correct. It never has been correct, and we're always gonna. That's why we have to be conscious of this stuff, and we have to figure out that they're trying to elicit us to perform things that they can try to use against us all the time, and it's really bad. We got to stop using the fucking proper English. We have to stop using the terms that they've taught us through entertainment to use. These things are highly fucking important to the future of a strong society of people, because or a strong assembly of people, I should say. They are trying to induce ignorance at every turn through entertainment, through political fucking almost religious worshipry.
Yeah, I mean, I stick the finger out to like the ones they've really been dickhead to me. Like they're the one filing the charges. They're the one doing the disorderly conduct.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the ones I really do it to. There's another officers that really come up to me and ask me, and I stay quiet. I don't answer
Yeah.
no questions, nothing. I'm like, yo, I'm like, mind your business. I'm like, just go on, man. I'm just doing something. It's not illegal. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I do the
You
same
know,
thing. I'm not scared to tell those fucking bastards off that have actually done something. I try to be core. I try to get along, I guess you would say, with the ones that haven't actually done something. But in the back of my head, I know that they're always trying to use something. They're always trying to profile something. They're trying to add to their profile all the time. It's best not even to think that any one of them is a friend. You know,
yeah.
not one
And
of
that's why a
them.
lot of people, man. I tell a lot of people about that. I'm sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
that's okay.
like I told him, I'm ready to listen because I know sometimes if you see my videos, yeah, sometimes I be cussing, and and I do
Uh-huh.
gotta work on that. I'm not gonna lie, because I said it my own self before, and I said it in one of my videos. I'm like, I'm starting to get better on my videos, guys. Start not cussing too much,
But what's
and
better, that's what I do, because I really get tired of fucking people like Long Island Audit. I always support them. Like I always give them a thumbs up, and I always give them some comments. But I have a hard time fucking Foley. Like I love supporting him because he's doing good, you know.
yeah, and
But
I
at
be
the same
watching
time,
them.
he's at least out there. But sometimes he's too cordial with these fucking douchebags that are being openly douchebags right there. It's yes, it's powerful in some ways as far as compliance with the norm, but there's a time for insubordination. We have got to be brave enough to cuss up a storm, um, because one man's lyric is another man's fucking vulgarity. So like what you find it vulgar, I find awesome. Like your white bunnies and flowers is my shit fuck damn piss. You know what I mean? I enjoy cuss words, so I don't think that I need to stifle myself from enjoying them. I think that everybody else should get their feelings in order and fucking stop bothering me about cussing. Um, a lot of the times, the people watching these videos will actually look down on you for cussing around. Yet you're being more free. Yet they'll actually even like not support you, even though you actually need support because you were cussing or that you said something funny that they didn't like. Um, which it's one thing I like being told that somebody doesn't like something that I did, but I don't have to do it your way just because you don't like something that I did. I'm just saying that go ahead, tell me, that way maybe if I do like what you're just suggesting, I can change a little bit. But
Yeah,
as far as cussing and swearing and fucking protest and fucking yelling, I'm never gonna stop yelling and cussing in protest when it's fucking elicited, not illicit. Elicited means that fucking you've been provoked to. You're not just cussing out of nowhere. You're not just protesting out of nowhere. You've actually been placed under a duress based on a coercion by one of these public service agents, public service employees. Um, like that judge telling you can't record in the courtroom, like acting like it's her courtroom. Um, that put you under duress. That made you fear, like, oh shit, I better like tell her something I don't even have to disclose because it's not a crime and it's not important. Especially not to the public service agents. The public service agents shouldn't be fucking wondering whether you have a camera or not. They should just be believing you have a camera at all times and fucking acting fucking conscientiously and for your sole benefit as they are obligated to do by law. But right now, people are thinking that they're like officers and shit. We need to get away from calling them officers, sergeant, fucking cop.
You won't catch me calling him that. You won't catch me calling him officer. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I know,
yeah.
but we should be calling them
100.
public service employee.
100.
Look at this. Our courthouse down here,
Public
the
service
main
employee
courthouse.
is what the government recognizes.
The main courthouse, we have to put our phone in a case. We have to turn our phone off, shut the phone off, and put it in the case, a locked case. And I had to talk to one of the sheriffs. I'm like, what you gonna do is I have evidence on my phone and I need my phone. I don't have a lawyer. I'm my own lawyer. I'm representing myself. I have evidence in my phone. I need my phone for to show evidence. He said, oh, you can talk to the sheriff there, or we will unlock it for you. We if we have to, you know.
From here on out, try not to tell them that you're your own lawyer. I mean, this is all easier said than done, but and everybody's not perfect, and even you, though you know something, it's hard to exercise it. But I'm just saying, you have the right to defend yourself in a court of law or outside a court of law. So you're just a man with the right to defend yourself. So
Hey, does anyone know how I can pull up a video and play it on here?
I don't even like pro se and pro per. I don't even like saying that stuff because they don't need to fucking know if I'm pro per or pro se. All they need to know is I have the right to defend myself. You know.
Yeah, that's yep. I know what you're saying, and that is true.
Yeah, because you'll get further. You'll get further when you make the claims that they're obligated to. When you use the wordage that they're obligated to, it's a lot better. So the more words that you use that are in their standards and in their regulations that are supposed to regulate his or her official conduct, the more you use those words that are in their standards manuals, they can't obscure from that because it's in their. It's not your belief. It's their standards manual. But we got to get together as a people and learn how to fucking basically obligate them to regulate each other by their own standards. And we're not there as a people. I know this because I've been studying this for like the last 5 to 10 years. And to this day, I've been saying for like the last 5 years at least, man, guys, we got to stop calling it a job. They're not doing a job. They're supposed to be serving the public trust. They're supposed to be.
Yep.
They're not professionals. They're supposed to be acting conscientiously for the sole benefit of the public, and not supposed to be acting for private gain. But for the last 5 years, I've been trying to tell big ass names, even trying to see if they would catch on, and they're not. The big channels are not catching on to what I'm saying. But we need to stop calling it a job. Need to stop letting them call it a job when they're saying, "Oh, I'm just doing their job, my job." No, you're not doing a fucking job. You're supposed to be serving the public trust, and you're supposed to be doing it conscientiously. You know, conscientiously means that yes, while we understand that they can't save everybody, they should be making it look to the public like they're at least trying. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's not and it should be like that. And over here, where I'm
They
at,
shouldn't
over
be
here,
able. They shouldn't be taking advantage of your. Like they say, are you recording in the public? Or I mean, in the courtroom today, and you get all scared and get a look on your face like, oh fuck, and then you tell them, yes, I was recording in the courtroom and all this stuff. They, you know, they're actively trying to coerce you into believing that you don't have the right to record in your courtroom. You see what I'm saying?
yep. And it's only and it's not even a case. And that's why I told them, I'm like, you don't even have
So
a
that's
penal
not
code.
conscientious. Is all I'm saying. It's not conscientious of them to make you feel like don't have the right. So sorry for cutting you off. Go on.
Nah, they don't, that's why I told them, I'm like, you don't have a penal code underneath that. You can't prove that it's unlawful to record in a courtroom. It's a public place. You're allowed to record in a public building, open to the public. You open from 9 to 4:30. I'm allowed to be in here and check this out, this building out. You know, and she's like, "Oh no, you need to leave," and I'm like it's ridiculous over here. You know, they're just trying to use the power a lot. But
Yeah.
that's the only courtroom that I have problem is with her down here. That's the one by my house. The other ones, I go in there and record. They don't say nothing. They don't even say nothing recording in the lobby. Like I record in the lobby, they don't even care.
Yeah, I've recorded. I've recorded without their knowledge several times in the courtroom.
Me too. Me too.
You know, and I'm not afraid to say it. they're not to stop us, especially in the state I am from, which is Nevada. Basically, it's like they're calling it Nevada. I was just born on Earth. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're but that's what we're supposed to be. Going along the lines of. But anyways, it says in their fucking provisions of law that justice courts, which is the lower court, is supposed to remain open, which means open to the public, which means public. So basically, the justice courts is wherever the justice of the peace are because the justice of the peace in Nevada, they'll try to make you think that they're judges. They'll say, even out in the hallway, it'll say judge. Like, say there's this one Jennifer Clapper. It says Judge Clapper underneath her photo, but she's not a judge. She's specifically a justice of the peace. On the state statute, it says, what's it say? It says it's like designated, but it's specifically not determined. It's another D word, but yeah. Anyways, they're justice of the peace, not judges. But they're trying to make us think that they're judges. So on the picture in the hallway, it says Judge Clapper. But the problem is that she's not a judge at all, but she's making you think that she's a judge. That's called a title of nobility. They're trying to make us think that, we have to be scared about it's her courtroom. She's the judge. When she's not even a judge, she's a justice of the peace, specifically denominated.
Not even. She's an administrative clerk.
Yeah, but she's a
corporation.
Yeah, basically.
Our mixed justice here in Erie, PA, are voted. We vote for them to get in. They voted in.
Speak for yourself.
I bet one of mine.
Speak for yourself. I don't vote for them scumbags.
I don't vote for them. I don't vote for them either. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I vote for them. I don't, because I don't.
You said
what? They're gonna lie. They lie when they get before they get in vote. They lying. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and they don't do it when they get into a judge position. They start acting worse because now they think they got the power, and that's why I don't vote for them here. And I don't know it's just ridiculous with them over here because we vote them in, and you see how they act to the public.
Well, we don't vote them in. Voting is a lie. Voting is the biggest lie that the American people, or whatever you want to call it.
I unregistered myself to vote about 15 years ago.
Yeah. I never unregistered myself from any of the fucking shit I registered myself with. I just don't claim it no more. You know what I mean?
I never registered to vote since I was 18. I never did.
Well, I did, but once you do, you're always on that list. That means you're part of their club. So
yeah, but at the same time,
I unregistered myself to vote.
It's always fraud, though, Christopher. All it is evidence of their fraud. So if you're on their registries or anything, all it is evidence of their fraud, especially if you don't claim their fraud. So you're like, I don't know why. They're showing you that this name is on this paper saying that me, the man, is registered to this corporation through this registry, but I don't consent to that. So either you're trying to prove your own fraud right now, or I don't know what you're trying to do, because that's not me. That's not mine. I no longer claim it. The right to in the USA, you have the contracts are open on both ends. You have the right to drop out of a contract at any time, and they cannot put you in prison for it. That would be a debtor's prison.
Yeah. I'm out. I never registered. I never registered to vote. I never did, and I never will.
The contract is supposed to be open on both ends. I used to do a lot of stupid shit when I was a youngin', bro. Fuck, dude. The first time I started fucking, the first time I took off my license plates and stopped using them ever again was 2015. You know, even though I was learning all the way since like 10 years old back in the 90s, I never, I got a driver's license when I was 18. I fucking registered to vote, you know, all that shit. I was gung ho. I tried to sign up for the military. You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit, bro. I wish I could go back and never used my name ever before. Like, if I could go back to like 1 day old and I could look at my parents and be like, "You stupid son of a bitches, get the fuck out of my shit." You know what I mean? Like, I'd be a little infant.
Look, my
But I
bad to cut
couldn't.
you off. To bring this up, Loading whatever his name is, Long Otter that he do in New York and all that stuff. Uh,
Not
he
sure.
he he he's really big out here too. He's really big. He got a lot of fans too on YouTube. Long Otter, whatever his name is, Long Otter. He's really knowledge about that too.
Lowrider?
He's down in New York. He's
Are you
from
saying
New York.
lowrider?
Yeah, Long Otter. Yep, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard of lowrider.
Yeah, he's from New York. He do otter down there, and he goes all over. And
That's badass.
he just got arrested because he went to state police over from New York. He went to go see him to ask him some questions at his house. The dude the state police officer pulled out the gun and spit on his face. And he went to jail because they said he was trespassing. When he
Long
got the
Island
right,
audit?
yeah, Long Island, yep, yeah.
Yeah, Long Island audit. Yeah, I thought you said lowrider. What the hell? What the fuck is my problem?
My bad, my English. I'm Puerto Rican.
That's okay. That's okay. That's cool. That's
Hey,
actually
try out
better.
your Spanish, man. Try out your Spanish. See if all that Puerto Rican Spanish. Is it?
Oh, I know.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good. I can talk it. It's pretty good. I can talk it. I was born.
Chocolate la
in
leche. Chocolate la leche.
No, get all that.
Man, I didn't tell you that. Chocolate la leche was invented across the street from my house.
Oh, for
Wow.
real?
Yeah. I
That's
don't know if I
weird.
told you that or not.
Nah, you didn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot
I
of
just found that out, man. Just after I was talking with you have rights about chocolate la leche.
Yeah.
To find out that shit was invented right across the street from my house because he knew how to make it and made the milk last longer.
For real.
Yeah, but chocolate milk.
I have no first-hand knowledge, but I tend to believe the guy who told me that.
But chocolate milk has probably been being made in South America for thousands of years before it might have been founded or incorporated in New York somewhere. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
Like
what
they
I heard.
probably
That's all I can tell
didn't
you.
invent chocolate milk. You know?
Chocolate la leche.
Farms out there too. That's why it's a lot of farms out there from cows and all that stuff. I know a lot of Mexicans that work out there. I used to go out there and drop food for them. With my this guy that I know over here, he's Mexican.
That's badass.
He used to have a truck for Mexican stuff in there, and we used to go around and they used to pick out what they want and pay us, like a mobile store for them, pretty much. Out
Yeah.
in New York, it's getting bad too, man.
Like we should make like a underground railroad, man.
A lot of stuff.
One time I was living on the street in Reno, Nevada, and I had a little Chihuahua named Taquito. And he was a badass little dog, man. Fucking, he was hella rambunctious and awesome. But one time I was in a park and I let him down to run. And he went running off for a little bit. I could just call him Taquito. He'd come running back, but one time he didn't come running back. And right there, that road right there is where a lot of Hispanic people line up for day labor. And I was walking around the park crying about my dog Taquito, basically. I'm like, Taquito, you know what I mean? And this Mexican guy, he fucking heard me crying out about my dog, so he wanted my dog so fucking bad, because he's a cute little Chihuahua looking. He looked just like the Taco Bell dog, Taquito Taco Bell. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I remember that.
He has the two fangs that stick out on the bottom and shit. And yeah, this Mexican guy wanted my dog so fucking bad, but he heard my voice like basically cracking for my doggy, you know, and he actually called me over to his van and been like, yeah, this dog ran up, you know, on me a couple minutes ago, you know. It's probably like 35 minutes to 45 minutes I was searching for my dog. But yeah, he actually gave my dog back to me. That was pretty hard for him to do too, because I could tell how much he wanted. He wanted it to not. He wanted me to, you know, maybe not want my dog. You know what I mean, or something. You know.
He probably thought somebody left it alone, like they didn't want the dog, and he just tried to take it.
Yeah, for the first 15 minutes, he probably was like, "Oh, badass! I found an awesome dog." You know what I mean? He probably thought it got left behind at the park or something for the first 15 to 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
But then when he heard me crying out for my dog, then yeah, he gave my dog back to me. He was a good guy. You know what I mean? Because I could tell how bad he wanted my dog. So basically to give him back. Some people wouldn't give the dog back. Some people would just hold the dog in the fucking van and be like, fucking bounce out because they like the dog so much. You know what I mean?
It costs a lot of money. Them dogs cost a lot of money too.
Yeah, I got my dog given to me.
I think I want to wrap this one up pretty soon, man, so it's not too long, so people actually watch it. You know, people don't go in for a 6-hour stream. I think, you know, they don't want to commit to it, and I get less views.
People don't go in for hardly any
man. You know? I want people to listen to this one. We could do another one, man. Real soon, man. Let me know.
Whenever. Turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah,
we got 4 people. We got 4 people in the house, man.
That's what Northwood does.
If you didn't catch it before, we got You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties here. Check out his channel, man. He's got all kinds of good stuff on there. A lot of knowledge, you know. Become familiar with this struggle, man. Stand up for the man. And we got Javier's News out of Erie, PA, man. He's fighting a good fight, man, down there, man. Check him out on YouTube. Javier's News. Wanda Mize, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you caught our live too. And
hey, William.
Yeah, and before we sign off here, man, I went down to that Village of North Collins Board of Trustees meeting today, and maybe a third of what I said in there, I got recorded before their video jammer interfered with my shit, but it's still worth checking out, and I talked some pretty good shit too before I went in there in the parking lot, man. If y'all check that out, I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, and look forward to your thoughts on it. But yeah, I'm going on the offensive, man. You know, I survived their attacks. I'm not in prison. I didn't pay him a penny. You know, it just I had to stand on my square, man. And I think if you stand on your square, man, and do your due diligence, man, and study, realize who you are, you know, and what's going on, and then it's all fraud. You can't lose, man. Stay in the fight, man. You know.
Yeah, the people have to fucking use discernment, not learn to bullshit. Just because they've been enforcing some bullshit on us for years doesn't mean we don't have the right that they're trying to hide from us. You know what I mean? It's like fucking, we have to be open-minded and search the old fucking papers even too. You know, some of the shit, they're trying to make us believe that we don't have some of this shit, and we've always had more shit than we know we have, you know what I mean, as far as rights are concerned, you know? So
I learned some things along the way too, man. You know, like
don't get discouraged.
Fucking Earth is flat, shit like that.
Yeah.
Other things. We'll get into it another time, you know.
The way I feel about that is that the Earth, I can't prove either way. So, you know, I'm not going to say it's rounded, and I have a lot. I believe that there's a lot more evidence that it's flat than it's rounded and spinning 1,000 miles an hour.
You know, what these so-called authorities tell me, you know, I'm going to trust my senses that this realm that I live in is flat and stationary.
Hey, the name that the PO that killed that person, his name is Cholo. Y'all can look him up. I think people did a couple of stories on YouTube too.
Yeah, man. You know, are people still protesting that or what, man?
Yeah, they're still doing a couple protests. They had us. I missed it, bro. We had a city council meeting on. Let me see. When was it? On the 16th. Yep, on the 16th council meeting. They went. There was a lot of people down there talking about it. I missed it. I was gonna go, but it started raining, and then
That would
you
be
know,
so scary to
and
get
then I
killed
couldn't
by
make
a
it.
PO. You
Yeah, he
know,
got killed by his PO. The and that's his name. Name Cholo, man. Rest in peace. Good
man.
guy,
Yeah, rest in
man.
peace, man.
Yeah,
He's a good
definitely
guy.
because the
Make sure
POs
he's
are
a
not
martyr,
supposed to
man.
be
He
doing shit to you like
didn't
that.
die in vain. He's make him a martyr, man. Make it a catalyst, man, for change. In your neighborhood.
Nah,
One
yeah, that's
person
I'm
killed by
trying
a
to.
PO is too many. You know, they need to strip
Yep,
them of their guns already. They're not enforcement officers.
yep. And you know what they do here? POs here is their best say police on them. I got videos of them. I
Oh,
got
the best
videos.
day police on there.
Yep, they
They're
best
probably
say police.
masquerading under two jobs, getting paid for two different services at the same time. That's why we need to stop paying their fucking asses as a nation.
I
The
ain't paying
nation
no
needs to
shit.
stop paying the union. The union is not supposed to be working for money. They're supposed to be serving the public under
Yep,
oath, on honor. It's supposed to be honor, which makes
yep.
them perform, not fucking
No,
$180,000 a year.
shame on these fucking taxpayers too, man, for funding these fucking violent fucking criminal cartels, man. Shame on you.
Shame on the
People want to say,
taxpayer.
"Oh, well, the taxpayers, fuck the taxpayers, man. They're the ones funding our fucking slavery." Because I ain't fucking paying into that shit. If you're a
I
taxpayer,
try.
man, fuck you, man. Check your head, man. Get your mind right.
I try not to pay them, man, because they be stealing from us, man. It's time to get taxes back. I don't even last year I think I got like $4,000 back in taxes, and I made over I think almost 9,000, 10,000. I made 10,000, and I got like 4,000 back.
That's because you didn't know it in the first place, man.
You know,
So who are you paying that to? The IRS, the Internal Revenue
nah, my boss,
Service?
they take it off my check. My boss,
Yeah, because you signed it for a W-4.
I ain't even signed it. I ain't even do none of that.
That's a
My boss,
conversation for another day, man. Good talk,
yeah.
y'all. Thanks for joining me.
All
Let's
right,
do this
good
again
luck,
soon,
man.
man.
Yep. Have a good
All
day,
right.
man. Nice meeting you, and let's see we link up another day, man. Hey, call me, all right?
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace. See y'all.